Carlos Bastardo, CEO of American Insurance Brokers, powered by Equus Financial. All right, everybody, today's tip is about creating rapport with clients, right? So there's two ways to do that. The improper way is the salesman approach, which nobody likes. And the proper way is by asking questions and truly getting involved with people's lives, finding out about them. So in order to build rapport with a client, you have to genuinely open up with people by asking them questions about them and their loved ones, their jobs, and their family. Back in the day, 28 years ago, when I first learned this, it was called sign of the times, right? And that is when you'd walk into a client's home, you would look at their surroundings, see if they had fish on the wall, if they had deer head on the wall, if there was fishing poles in the corner, picture of the family. And it was basically anything that you could talk about, point out and talk about and discuss, because people really open up when you talk about them and their interests. Unfortunately, right? That's how most people are. They really don't want to hear about you. They want to talk about them. And that's just human nature. So when you're just having a discussion with a client, there's certain things that you can obviously open up with. Now, I never ever mean this with ill intent, and I'm always sincere when I talk to clients and ask these questions, because I really do want to know about them. I want to know about their needs and their pains so that I can adequately find the right product and solution for them. If you're using this information to do something that's unethical or maybe not with the greatest intentions, then please stop watching this video now. Okay, that's my little tidbit there. So when we're talking to clients, I generally start a discussion with my clients and I ask them about them. So I share a little bit of information about me, who I am. I share my credentials with them. And then I say, well, enough about me. And I literally keep my commercial, 60 seconds or less. Enough about me. Tell me about you. So Tom, tell me, what is it that you do for a living? Hear what Tom has to say about what he has to do for a living. Fortunately, I'm a little bit older, so I have some life experiences and I can usually relate to people's work experience. I know somebody that did it, or maybe I did it at one time in my life. But I just try to relay a relationship to what that person does for a living, especially if it's somebody that has some type of service related job. Maybe they were in the military in the past. I always think people appreciate their service because I myself am a veteran, right? So I can relate to that. And I always talk to them about, if they're a fireman or a police officer, or maybe a nurse, I say, thank you for your service. It's a very hard job nowadays, being a nurse and being around COVID 24/7. So, they're putting their lives on the line to help people. So I try to relate that with people. And again, I am very sincere when I talk to people. It's not a line, and people can sniff that out. So if you're sitting there and you're talking to somebody and you're taking notes, and I'm talking to a client, I say, hey, Tom and Mary, how many kids you got? Oh, we have 5 kids. Okay, great. And what's your annual income? And right, I'm going to put the X up right there, because right away people are going to sniff that out, and you're going to become a salesperson, and nobody wants to deal with a salesperson. So you need to listen. You need to respond adequately. Open your ears, shut your mouth, pay attention to the client. Let's try that again. So Tom and Mary, do you have any kids? Yeah, we have 4 grown kids. Okay, great. And what ages are they? Oh, they range from age such and such to such and such. Oh, okay, well, that's great. Personally, I have 6 kids, right? So that's always a great point to be able to specify to clients, and I'm always going to get that response. So that's something that really works well for me when they talk about kids. And I say, oh, that's great. I have 6 kids. And I always wait for the response, because they're like, oh my God, you got 6 kids. I know, right? I mean, that's why I'm still working. That's why I work, 5-6 days a week, 9 to 12 hours a day, because I'll have all them kids to pay for. So it's a little joke, it's a little laugh, and it starts to loosen people up a little bit, right? So talk about their kids, talk about their employment, talk about their hobbies, right? And you have to find an adequate way to be able to bring up hobbies. You don't just say, "Oh, do you have any hobbies? You like to fish?" So what do you do in your off time when you guys kick your feet up and you're not just sitting around the house relaxing? What do you guys like to do? right? And then you can, again, talk to them about their hobbies and the things they like to do, especially if it's something you like to do and you can relate. So it's not very hard to create rapport with a client as long as you can remember the basics. Talk about them, their jobs, right? Their hobbies, their family, and their kids. They're going to always, talk about their kids, even if they're not the fondest people of their kids. And I know that sounds terrible. They're still gonna, talk about their experiences and things of that nature. So only if you create proper rapport, and this can all be done in the scope of 5 minutes. You don't have to spend 20, 30, 40 minutes in warming up a client and creating rapport, because if you go overboard on the other side of the coin, then people start to get a little antsy and they're like, okay, wait a minute, you said this was only going to take X amount of time. And why are you asking me all these questions? So, proper amount of time, create rapport, talk to people about them, and be sincere about it. So don't make creating rapport a difficult thing. I talk to a lot of people and they're just like, man, it's hard for me to create rapport. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. How do I sound genuine? Well, the way to sound genuine is ask about them, close your mouth, open your ears, and after a while, you get a set pattern of questions that you ask and things that you talk about. It becomes easier. Gals, I hope this tip helps you, and have a great day. God bless, and I'll be back with some more tips later. Bye.